Okay, in this tutorial, we're going to go ahead and do the window framing. So, um, so here's the different parts of the window framing. I went ahead and posted up this little picture. This is the picture right here. So if you click on it, this is what it looks like. In that video, right here, the Carpentry 101 Basics Framing video talks about the same features. Um, so you have your king studs right here on the outside. Then you have your trimmers right here. Then you have your header. You have your sill. And then you have your top cripplers and your bottom cripplers. And this is how you frame a window. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Um, quick disclaimer. This header is supposed to be done by um, specified by engineer. And so um, we're not using an engineer, so we're just going to go ahead and call out a 4x6 just for argument's sake. This is a virtual structure, so no harm, no foul. This is a virtual world, but in the real world, you will definitely need a structural engineer. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this stud right here. We'll go ahead and create out here. So, no, as a matter of fact, we'll create in here. I just wanted to pull one out here in case we need one. So we'll start right here. It doesn't matter where you start. I'm going to go ahead and delete this, delete this, delete this, delete this, delete this. What we want is, excuse me, we're going to put a 4 foot by 4 foot window in this space. And so we just want enough room in here to be able to do that. And so I'm going to use a tape measure, the letter T, to measure this out. And that's 3'10", so we need to take one more out. Delete, delete. All right. And now, so, I mean, we don't have a set of plans to do this, so we're just going to kind of just do this on a whim and go from there. And so if we really wanted to do this significantly, we could draw a line here, here, and like if we wanted to center this, we can bring this out here and actually center it, a window frame out here, if that's what we want to do. But it is what it is. So let's go ahead and do this. So we can go ahead and build this out here. We're going to go ahead and do a 4x4 window frame, 4 foot by 4 foot window frame. And so I'm going to grab one of these just so I can copy it and explode it. And I'm going to put that right here and just move it this way on the green because we're going to need that. Okay, so we're going to need that for a windowsill, and we are also going to need another copy of this to explode. So I'm going to put that over here for the trimmer. So the trimmer, if you notice, if you go back and watch the video, he talks about if we're going to do a 4 foot by 4 foot, so let's just say 4 feet by 4 feet by 4 feet. window like this, we need 1.5 inches all the way around extra space. So 1.5 inches. So that means we need to have 4 foot 3 inches total, this way and this way. And that's so the window frame can fit in there nicely, and we have plenty of room to wedge it in there and secure it. So I'm going to go ahead and explode this. This is going to be our trimmer. So let me go ahead and explode this. And the trimmer, I'm going to put this at 6 foot 11. Because the top of the window should be at 6 foot 8. So push pull this down. And that's the top of the finish window. Um, so that's this part right here. So, I'll take that back. Should not be at 6'11". So if I'm adding 1.5 inches to 6 foot 8, so that should be 6 foot 9.5. So let's redraw this line and start over. So I'm gonna go from the midpoint, 6 foot 9.5 inches. Enter. Nope. 6 foot 9.5. Enter. There we go. That's more like it. And now I'm just going to zoom in, push pull down to here. And this is going to be our trimmer right here. So I'm going to go ahead and make this a component, call this trimmer. And this trimmer you can also use for door frames as well. So leave it at that. This is going to be the king stud. So I'm going to go ahead and explode this and make it a component and call this a king stud. I like things organized. As an architect or engineer, you should be organized. And so I'm going to go ahead and move this, copy this, and there we go. Oop, this side. There we go. So we got the king stud, and then we got the trimmer, and now we need the header. So the header, we need to make a copy of this that is 4 foot 3 away from this. So let's delete this. 4 foot 3. And move control. There we go. Move control. There we go. So the header is going to be 4 by 6. So this is the 4 by, and then it's going to be 6 inches tall. So we need to create that. And it's not a true 4 by like in the 2 by 4. It's 3.5, and then it's by 5.5. So it's so let's go ahead and make that. So 3.5. And then on the blue, 5.5 and 3.5. There we go. And push pull. And that was 4 foot 3. And this is our header. So go ahead and make that a component. Header, move, control. And I'm going to toss that up here. Oop, misjudged that. What's great about this is I could double click on this um, and then just, there we go. I should have known better. All right, so that is the header. And now we got to make cripplers for the, the windowsill. So the sill is going to be 4'3" down from this top right here. So I want to position myself in such a way to where I can go right here, grab this midpoint, 4'3". There we go. And I just want to create this line. I don't need that line right there. This is already a component. I'm going to go ahead and explode it. I'm going to rename it. So I'm going to make it a component, and I'm going to call this window. So, and literally, I just have to move. I'm going to hit Control, toss it right there. Double click inside of it. Now I can manipulate this component and just bring it to, oop, to this edge. And then double click outside of it, and now it's the length that I need. That didn't quite go as far as I wanted it up. There it is. Perfect. And so now I have my header, my king stud, my trimmer, and my sill. And now I just need the top cripplers and the bottom cripplers. And so I'm just going to use this. I'm going to move it, copy it, and I'm going to bring that over here because I'm going to explode this. And I'm going to make it a component. I'm going to call this bottom crippler. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw this line out, double click in here, push pull, and just go towards this line. Double click out of there, and now I have a bottom crippler. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that line. Don't need that anymore. Now I got a bottom crippler. So let's take a look at the framing. And so this should be 16 inches on center the whole way. So let's go back over here, move, control. I'm going to go ahead and take this and let's move it here. Actually, let's do this. So we know it's 16 inches on center. I'll move it right there on the trimmer and grab it by its midpoint. Type in 16. And then type, actually, let's move this back over here. There we go. Move, control, and we'll just do the same thing. 16. And I think that might be it. Okay, so there is another one, so that's fine. Could I center this? Yeah, I suppose I could, but that's fine right there. 16 on center. Um, we could center this a little bit. There we go. Move, control. I don't think this is the same height, but let's give it a shot. Yeah, completely different height. And that's okay. So we are going to make this, um, so I'm going to put this here, and then I'm going to bring it out this way to make the top cripplers. And let's go ahead and explode these. Um, I just want one, make component, and this is top crippler. Okay, double click, push pull, grab that top one, bring it down to this line. Done. I'm going to draw a line from here, this endpoint right here. I'm going to do the same with this, just so I can erase this and this. Don't need those anymore. But I can copy this. And there we go. Erase that, delete, move, control, and there we go. Bring it back on the green. Done. So now I have my top cripplers. I have my bottom cripplers. I don't need this line anymore. I can delete that. And king studs, my trimmers, my header, my sill. This is a window frame. I'm gonna go ahead and move all of these out of the way. Now that they're complete. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this whole system right here a component. So it's not just individual. Make a component, and then I'm just going to call it window frame. I should specify 4 foot by 4 foot window frame. And now I can take this, copy it, and toss it in here. I could put it right there, or I can center it a little bit, and that's good to go. And that is perfectly window framed. And what's great about this component is I can knock out, more of these and just, put more. If I want to go to the other side and put more, I can, another one, I can put another one. And there you have it. So um, that is window framing. Definitely use a component when it's all said and done. You can see how it's much easier to transport and place things in the window frame. Um, yeah, I mean the window frame in the wall system. So there you have it. It's all set in place. You're good to go. Um, take a screenshot of this. Definitely take a screenshot of this, and probably take a screenshot of this so it's easier to um, identify the different parts. And when you go ahead and put this in your digital portfolio, you can identify the different parts like this. I would definitely move this somewhere or orient your screen somehow to where, this is the only thing that's in the screen and nothing else. And that way, when you go and take a screenshot of this, none of this stuff is in the background and you have nothing but this uh, window frame to go ahead and um, start labeling. If you need to delete stuff, you can delete stuff or move it to the other side. That's probably best. Or even just take a copy of this and just move it to the other side. And then um, something like this where you can get a nice screenshot of this so it's easier to label. And, you can also get a screenshot like this and label it as well. This is kind of hard to see because you got all these things going on, but if you can clearly see, I mean, I don't know. To me, it's kind of hard to see. So I would do something like this to where you can clearly see that there is a window. Um, make sure you got this gray in the background so you can clearly see a window. And so take one screenshot like this, make sure that's not in the background yet, and then take another screenshot like this so you have multiple ones. I'll go ahead and post up an example of exactly what I'm looking for in your slides. All right, make sure you save your work, and that's it.